Now, vector differential operator. Vector differential operator. So, this is a vector differential operator. The vector differential operator, it is defined and it is denoted by, first of all, the vector differential operator is I bar dou over dou x, j bar dou over dou y plus k bar dou over dou z. This is called a vector differential operator, or this is also called Hamilton operator. It is denoted by the symbol this symbol. This symbol we call it as, we read it as delta or nabla. Just this is an operator, like that in unit 2 you read that differential equations of second and higher order. So, by first you have to convert into an operator form. So, generally we convert that into an operator form, we take an operator d. This is equal to the differential operator which is called d over dx. In the same way, this operator is called vector differential operator. So, this operator is called the vector differential operator. It is called as del or nabla. It is defined by I bar dou over dou x, j bar dou over dou y plus k bar dou over dou z. So, this operator is called the vector differential operator. So, we are going to operate by using this operator on any function. So, we are going to apply this operator on a function, right. So, operator means which operates. What is that? What that operator going to operate? So, whenever we are going to apply this operator on a particular function, then we get some output, right. Now, so here I am having a vector differential operator, vector differential operator. This is nabla or delta. Here, previously we discussed, I am having two types of functions. One is a scalar point function. Generally, it is denoted by phi of x, y, z because we are dealing in a space. and another one is a vector point function. Generally, we take it as f bar of x, y, and z. So, scalar point function and vector point, we are having two functions and there is a differential operator. Now, we are going to apply this differential operator on either scalar point function, or we can operate, or we can apply this vector differential operator on a vector point function. Because we are always applying an operator on a function. So, here in vector calculus, we are having two types of functions already we discussed earlier. One is a scalar point function and another one is a vector point function. Right. Now, let us see. This is a vector differential operator del. When we apply this vector differential operator on a scalar point function, then we are going to get one result which is called gradient. When we apply this vector differential operator on a vector point function, we are going to get divergence and curl. Right. So, when we apply the del operator, the operator del on the scalar point function, we are going to get the gradient. When we apply the del operator on a vector point function, we are going to get divergence, also curl. So, if you remember this point, it is easy to understand the remaining topics in this unit. When we are getting gradient, when we are getting divergence, when we are getting curl, what are the different problems related in gradient, divergence and curl. Right. Now, let us see. The very first one, gradient of a scalar point function. Gradient of a scalar point function. Right. If phi of x, y, z is a scalar point function, so crudely, whenever we are taking a scalar point function, that function does not involve any vector I bar, j bar and k bar. So, if phi of z is a scalar point function which is continuous function, continuously and differentiable function, and continuously differentiable function in a region R of a space. In a region R of a space. Then the gradient of this scalar point function, then the gradient of phi is denoted by C del. This is the operator del. Applying this operator on a scalar point function. See, a vector, if we are having a vector, suppose let it be a vector A bar, another vector B bar. When we take some operations between these two vectors, we are having two things. One is a dot product between two vectors. We get a scalar quantity. That means, what is the definition of A bar dot B bar? Modulus of A bar, modulus of B bar cos theta. So, finally, we are going to get a scalar. When we take a cross product, then we get a vector, modulus of A bar, modulus of B bar sin theta into unit vector n cap. So, this resultant always gives us a scalar, this resultant always gives us a vector. So, in between two vectors, we can apply a dot product or a cross product. But here see, this is a vector operator. A differential operator means a vector differential operator, which is I bar dou by dou x, j bar dou by dou y, and k bar dou by dou z. So, it is a vector operator, a vector differential operator. This is a scalar point function phi. One is a vector, another one is a scalar. So, just we are applying the operator on a scalar point function. In between there is no dot and cross, nothing. When the dot and cross comes into the picture, the two are vectors. So, here one is a scalar point function, del operator is a vector quantity. So, just we are applying the operator on a function, we call it as del phi. So, this is also called grad phi. Gradient, grad means gradient of a scalar point function phi. So, it is defined as del means I bar dou over dou x, j bar dou over dou y, k bar dou over dou z. I am applying this operator on a scalar point function phi. So, it becomes I bar dou phi over dou x plus j bar dou phi over dou y plus k bar dou phi over dou z. So, here this is called del phi, this is also called grad phi. This is the definition of gradient of a scalar point function. Gradient of a scalar point function. Scalar point function is phi. Del is a vector operator, vector differential operator. So, whenever we apply a vector differential operator on a scalar point function, we we are getting the gradient. Here, the important note, since what is del phi? The resultant, so it is a gradient of grad phi or del phi. If you are observing the right hand side in the definition, it becomes a vector. I bar dou phi by dou x. Dou phi by dou x is some scalar value. Dou phi by dou y, at that particular point I am talking. Dou phi by dou z. I bar, j bar, k bar in that particular direction. So the right hand side represents a vector. So del phi is a vector, so that the gradient of a scalar point function the gradient of a scalar point function is a vector point function. The gradient of a scalar point function is a vector point function. Right. So this gradient having a very good physical meaning, and we are applying in so many areas and in fluid mechanics and in some applications in a mathematics, most various number of applications, but I am not going to discuss anything here because this is purely an examination point of view. Right. Now, so grad phi, gradient of a scalar point, this is equal to del phi. Now, we can tell about the geometrical meaning. What is the geometrical meaning of this gradient? The geometrical meaning of del phi. Right. Now see. Suppose let phi of x comma y comma z be a scalar point function. Right. So I am considering let phi of x comma y comma z is equal to C. What is this one? The set of all points satisfies this equation. Already we defined it as a level surface. Be a level surface of phi. Be a level surface of phi. So now I am defining what is the geometrical meaning of this gradient. Suppose this is my level surface. Let us see. Let it be, this is the level surface. Phi of x, y, z is equal to C. This is my level surface because there is a classroom with the temperature is constant. It is the level surface. So this is the level surface. See, wait a second, I am drawing. So this is the level surface. Right. Now, there is a point on this level surface. Let that point be P. So this is a point X, Y, Z. At that point, phi of X, Y, Z is equal to some constant. The function phi of X, Y, Z satisfy this is called the level surface of this function phi. P is a point on this level surface. Now, then, at this point, you know the position vector with respect to the origin, because it is in a three-dimensional plane. So, this is a three-dimensional plane. So, with respect to origin, there is a position vector P. Right. Then, at this point on this level surface, this is the normal to this level surface. This is normal vector to the level surface the normal vector to the level surface at a point P. At a point P. This normal vector is called gradient vector. This normal vector is called the gradient. This normal vector is del phi. So, where this is the normal vector? At the point P for this level surface. So, del phi. So, therefore, what is meant by del phi? Del phi is normal to the surface phi of X, Y, Z is equal to C at a point P of X, Y, Z. This is the first most important definition in exam point. So the problems are asking like this. Suppose example, he is asking like this. Find the normal vector to the surface x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 9 at the point 1 minus 2 1. So immediately you can observe what is the normal vector. So the normal vector is nothing but so if you write down the solution, the normal vector is nothing but the gradient of a scalar point function, grad phi, to the level surface. So given level surface is x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 9. That means at any point x, y, z on that surface, it is always equal to 9. So that is phi of x, y, z is equal to some constant. This is my definition of the level surface. So by comparing with the given surface, it becomes phi of x, y, z is equal to x square plus y square plus z square. Now I want the normal vector. Now normal vector to the level surface at the point P 1 minus 2 comma 1 on the surface phi is del phi at that point P 1 minus 2 1. So this is nothing but grad phi at that point 1 comma minus 2 comma 1. So by the definition, what is del phi? I bar dou phi by dou x, j bar dou phi by dou y, plus k bar dou phi by dou z. I am going to calculate this value at the point 1 minus 2 1. Now, what is meant by dou phi by dou x? So that means dou by dou x of x square plus y square plus z square, this is equal to 2x. With respect to x, remaining y and z are constants. So what is dou phi by dou y? Dou by dou y of x square plus y square plus z square, this is equal to 2y. Similarly, dou phi by dou z with respect to z, dou by dou z of x square plus y square plus z square, this is equal to 2z. So now del phi at the point 1 comma minus 2 comma 1 is equal to I bar dou phi by dou x means 2x, j bar dou phi by dou y means 2y, k bar dou phi by dou z means 2z. We are going to calculate this value at 1 comma minus 2 comma 1. So that means x means 1, y means minus 2, z means 1. This means 2i bar minus 4j bar plus 2k bar. This is the normal vector to the level surface at that particular point P 1 comma minus 2 comma 1. So this is the way he is asking in final questions. So this is the way he is going to ask what is the normal vector to the given surface at that particular point. The normal vector is nothing but the gradient of a scalar point function, right? Now, in this gradient, there are most important 4 to 5 definitions are there. The total problems on gradient belongs to these 5 definitions, these 5 formulas. In that connection, already we discussed about the first formula. This is normal vector. Normal vector. So already we discussed this one. The normal vector to the surface, that means level surface, phi of xyz is equal to c at a point P x1 y1 z1 is del phi at the point x1, y1, z. This is the normal vector. So this is the first definition. Right. Whenever a normal vector is there, the second one, immediately unit normal vector. So the unit normal vector normal vector to the surface at the point P is, whenever we get a normal vector, unit normal vector, we have to divide that vector with the corresponding magnitude. That means what? So del phi, already we know the vector at that point. This is the normal vector. Dividing this normal vector with that particular magnitude, modulus of del phi at P. Again, I am writing here. So this is the normal vector at that point P is del phi this is also not visible, so again I am writing in the next page. Right, this is the first definition. The second definition, unit normal vector. The unit normal vector to the surface at the point P is del phi. Already we know this is the normal vector at that particular point. Divide this normal vector with its magnitude, modulus of del phi at P. Then we get the unit normal vector. Right. Next, the third important definition. This is very important. Directional derivative. So the directional derivative of a scalar point function phi in a given direction A bar is, what is the directional derivative? Del phi dot A bar by modulus of A. This is called the directional derivative. So, the directional derivative, that means, see here, suppose this is my level surface, this is the point P, this is the level surface, phi of x, y, z is equal to C. This is the P of x, y, z. This is nothing but the normal vector del phi at that particular point. Now, what is the directional derivative? This is a vector A bar. This is a vector A bar. This is in this direction. The vector A bar at this particular point P, this is the vector A bar. Now, what is the directional derivative of this level surface in that particular direction? I want what is the directional derivative in this particular direction, right? Already we know this is already fixed. This is my normal vector. This is always perpendicular to the level surface. Now, by see this definition, I want the directional derivative in this direction. So, what is this one if you are observing the definition? How you are going to calculate? See, what this definition says? Del phi dot A bar by modulus of A bar. This is the directional derivative of this level surface phi in the direction of this vector A bar. This is the formula. Del phi dot A bar by modulus of A bar. What is this value? So, this is the component of del phi in this direction of A bar. So, what is del phi dot A bar? If you are observing, this is A bar. Del phi is a vector quantity. See this one. Del phi is a vector quantity. This is vector. A bar is vector. Modulus of A bar is scalar. So, total, this is a vector. Vector dot vector, we get a scalar. What is A bar dot B bar formula? A bar dot B bar is equal to modulus of A bar, modulus of B bar, cos theta. Angle between these two. So, what is this one? By the way, what is A bar by modulus of A bar? A vector denoted by its magnitude, this is called unit vector. This is the unit vector. Right. Now, if you are observing the dot product, modulus of del phi, modulus of A bar by modulus of A bar, this is the definition I am applying, and this is cos theta, where what is theta? Theta is the angle between this del phi and this A bar by modulus of A bar. That means A bar. So, this is my angle theta. So, this is nothing but A bar by modulus of A bar is nothing but the unit vector. What is the modulus of a unit vector is 1. So, therefore, it is simply modulus of del phi cos theta. So cos theta is the angle which is a scalar quantity. Modulus of del phi is a scalar quantity. So the directional derivative at a given point which is always a scalar quantity. Right. Now another most important point. So here what you are observing, the directional derivative, see this is the most important definition in exam point of view. The directional derivative of the level surface phi in the direction of a bar, it is defined as del phi dot a bar by modulus of a bar. Right. So the directional derivative is always a scalar quantity. Remember, because del phi we are getting a vector. Del phi is nothing but gradient. This is a vector. A bar by modulus of a bar is a vector. The dot product of two vectors is always a scalar. So this is also denoted by modulus of del phi cos theta, where theta is the angle between this del phi and this vector a bar. Now see, now here we can observe one most important point. So here this is my level surface and this is the point P. This is the level surface phi of x, y, z. So already you know this is my normal vector at this point. It is denoted by del phi at this point. This is another vector a bar. This is the vector a bar. Now this is the angle theta. Now already we know the formula. What is that formula? Already we written the directional derivative of the level surface phi in the direction of a bar is del phi dot a bar by modulus of a bar. Already just now we applied the dot product on this del phi and a bar by modulus of a bar. So del phi dot a bar by modulus of a bar, already we get by applying dot product, this is modulus of del phi into modulus of a bar by modulus of a bar, and this is cos theta. What is theta here? Theta is the angle between, theta is the angle between the normal del phi and the vector a bar. So this is the angle between the normal vector and the vector a bar. Right. Now see this one. So when this angle is maximum, so the angle is maximum if you are moving, this is when this cos theta is maximum, when theta becomes 90, when theta is equal to 90, cos 90 becomes 1, which is the maximum value. So therefore, when theta becomes 90, then it is maximum. What is the maximum? The directional derivative. That means this is the directional derivative, you see. This is the directional derivative. So when theta is equal to 90 degrees, then directional derivative is maximum. So that means this vector a bar, when theta is equal to 90 degrees, it becomes a normal vector. So when theta is equal to 90 degrees, it becomes 1. Modulus of a bar by a bar, it becomes 1. This cos 90 becomes 1. So simply it is equal to modulus of del phi. So it is equal to modulus of del phi at that particular point. So therefore, we can write down another definition. So this is the most important. So the directional derivative at a given point is maximum in which direction? In the direction of del phi. What is del phi? Which is in normal direction. And what is the maximum value? The maximum value of the directional derivative is, if you take the magnitude at that point P, always point is there. This is the maximum value of the directional derivative. In which direction it is maximum? He is asking the question. In which direction it is maximum? The directional derivative is maximum in the normal direction. What is the maximum value of the directional derivative? The maximum value of the directional derivative is modulus of del phi at P. Now, again I am giving the summary. What is the first formula? Normal to the level surface phi at a point P is del phi at P. The second definition. What is the unit normal vector to the level surface phi at the point P? Is del phi at P by modulus of del phi at P. The third definition. Directional derivative of the level surface phi at the point P in the direction of the vector a bar is del phi at that point dot a bar by modulus of a bar. This is nothing but directional derivative. The next definition, fourth one. The directional derivative is maximum in the direction of del phi, that is in normal direction, and its maximum value is equal to modulus of del phi at that particular point. Right. The next one, angle between two level surfaces. Right. There are two level surfaces. The first one is, I am having two level surfaces like this. So for this, phi of xyz is equal to C1. For this, phi of xyz is equal to C2. Then, what is the angle between these two level surfaces? The angle between the two level surfaces, phi of xyz is equal to C1 and phi of xyz is equal to C2 at a point P of xyz is, anybody formula? So cos theta is equal to del phi 1 at that point dot del phi 2 at that point by modulus of del phi 1 at that point into modulus of del phi 2 at that point. So this is the angle between two level surfaces. Nothing but A bar dot B bar. So what is A bar dot B bar? Modulus of A bar, modulus of B bar, cos theta. So angle between two level surfaces means angle between two normal vectors to that level surfaces. Angle between level surfaces means at that point find out the normal vector, and at that point find out the normal vector to the level surface, take the angle between these two level surfaces, these two normal vectors. So from this, what is cos theta, which is equal to A bar dot B bar by modulus of A bar modulus of B bar. In the same way, here A bar is the normal vector del phi 1, B bar is the normal vector del phi 2, and theta is the angle between these two normal vectors. Right. So these are the 5 important definitions. Again, I am repeating. The first one is the normal vector, which is del phi. The second one is the unit normal vector at that particular point. Point is there. So del phi by modulus of del phi. The third one is the most important definition, which is the directional derivative of the level surface in whatever the direction of vector is given. The formula is del phi dot A bar by modulus of A bar. The most important, the directional derivative is always maximum in the normal direction. What is its maximum value? Take the normal vector, and find out its magnitude. It gives us the maximum value of the directional derivative. And finally, the angle between two level surfaces means at that particular point, find out the normal vector at that point for the first surface, find out the normal vector at that point for the second surface, and take the angle between these two vectors. That gives us the normal between two level surfaces, which is equal to cos theta del phi 1 at p dot del phi 2 at p by modulus of del phi 1 into modulus of del phi 2, right? So these are the various formulas in gradient. Next we are going to do problems on all these formulas, right?